Welcome to this one-shot MCQ revision on the Mauryan Empire. In the next few minutes, we'll cover high-probability questions frequently asked in government exams, focusing on administration, art, and inscriptions. Stay focused, keep your notes ready, and let's begin. Here is the first question. Which Mauryan ruler laid the foundation of the Mauryan Empire after overthrowing the Nanda dynasty? A. Bindusara, B. Ashoka, C. Chandragupta Maurya, or D. Brihadrath? Answer: C. Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya founded the Mauryan Empire around 321 BCE with the guidance of Kautilya after defeating the Nanda rulers. Next question is: which Greek ruler was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya, leading to a diplomatic treaty? A. Alexander, B. Darius, C. Antiochus, or D. Seleucus Nicator? Answer: D. Seleucus Nicator. After defeating Seleucus Nicator, Chandragupta secured territories and a marriage alliance with a Greek princess named Helena, marking early Indo-Greek diplomacy. Third question is: which of the following rulers sent Megasthenes as ambassador to Mauryan court? A. Alexander, B. Seleucus Nicator, C. Antiochus III, or D. Ptolemy? Answer: B. Seleucus Nicator. Megasthenes stayed at the Mauryan court and wrote Indica, a valuable source on Mauryan society. Fourth question is: which Mauryan ruler is associated with the Ajivika sect more than Buddhism? A. Chandragupta Maurya, B. Brihadratha, C. Ashoka, or D. Bindusara? Answer: D. Bindusara. While his father, Chandragupta Maurya, embraced Jainism and his son, Ashoka championed Buddhism, historical records suggest Bindusara favored the Ajivika sect. Moving on. Which material was predominantly used for Mauryan sculptures? A. Marble, B. Granite, C. Sandstone, or D. Limestone? Answer: C. Sandstone. Mauryan sculptors primarily used Chinar sandstone, famous for its mirror-like Mauryan polish and durability. The Sarnath line capital is the perfect example of this polished sandstone technique. On to next question. Which Mauryan ruler convened the Third Buddhist Council? A. Ashoka, B. Bindusara, C. Chandragupta Maurya, or D. Dashrath? Answer: A. Ashoka. The Third Buddhist Council was convened during the reign of Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, around 250 BCE, at Pataliputra. It was held under the patronage of Ashoka and presided over by the monk Mogliputta Tissa. Seventh question is: the famous Barabar caves were dedicated mainly to which sect? A. Ajivikas, B. Jains, C. Buddhists, or D. Shivites? Answer: A. Ajivikas. The Barabar caves in Bihar were donated by Emperor Ashoka to the Ajivika sect, as recorded in his cave inscriptions. These caves are among India's earliest rock-cut examples. Eighth question is: which Ashokan inscription mentions the Kalinga War? A. Minor Rock Edict 1, B. Major Rock Edict 13, C. Pillar Edict 7, or D. Major Rock Edict 4? Answer: B. Major Rock Edict 13. Major Rock Edict 13 records the horrors of the Kalinga War, detailing large-scale death and suffering. It expresses Ashoka's deep remorse and marks his shift towards Dhamma, non-violence, and compassionate governance. On to next question. Which Mauryan officer supervised weights and measures? A. Samaharta, B. Potavadhyaksha, C. Sannidhata, or D. Akridhyaksha? Answer: B. Potavadhyaksha. The Potavadhyaksha was the Mauryan officer responsible for regulating weights and measures to ensure uniformity in trade, taxation, and maintain economic stability across the empire. Moving on. With reference to Ashoka's Dhamma, consider the following statements. It aimed at conversion to Buddhism. It emphasized respect for elders and non-violence. It discouraged excessive rituals. Which of the statements are correct? Answer: D. 2 and 3 only. Ashoka's Dhamma focused on moral conduct, non-violence, respect for elders, and social harmony. It discouraged ritualism and sectarian practices, while clearly avoiding forced religious conversion. Next question is: according to Megasthenes, Pataliputra was administered by a committee of A. 24 members, B. 12 members, C. 30 members, or D. 18 members? Answer C. 30 members. According to Megasthenes' Indica, the administration of Pataliputra was unique and managed by a commission of 30 members. This commission was divided into 6 boards, each consisting of 5 members. 12th question is, which of the following taxes were levied on agricultural produce during Mauryan period? A. Bhag, B. Bali, C. Kar, or D. Shulk? Answer A. Bhag. Bhag was the primary land revenue tax, representing the king's share of the agricultural produce. It was typically fixed at 1/6 to a quarter of the produce. On to next question. Consider the following statements regarding Mauryan pillars. Pillars were erected independently, not as structural supports. Capitals often displayed animal motifs. Inscriptions were always bilingual. Which of the statements are correct? Answer D. 1 and 2 only. Mauryan pillars were freestanding, monolithic structures erected for proclamations rather than architectural support, and its capital commonly featured animal motifs like lions and bulls. Ashokan inscriptions varied in language and script, and were not always bilingual. 14th question is, which language and script was used in Ashokan inscriptions in northwestern India? A. Prakrit in Brahmi, B. Sanskrit in Devanagari, C. Prakrit in Kharoshthi, or D. Pali in Brahmi? Answer C. Prakrit in Kharoshthi. In northwestern India, Ashokan inscriptions used Prakrit written in the Kharoshthi script, influenced by Achaemenid traditions. Last question is, at which of the following locations is Ashoka's stone portrait found? A. Kanganhalli, B. Maski, C. Sarnath, or D. Dhauli? Answer A. Kanganhalli. The stone portrait of Emperor Ashoka has been discovered at Kanganhalli in Karnataka. Answer this bonus question in the comments. That brings us to the end of this one-shot revision on the Mauryan Empire. To continue your preparation, you can revise India's missile systems for defense current affairs or strengthen polity concepts with the Vice President and the Indian Constitution. Keep revising, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video.